Assalamu alaikum everybody. First of all, I would like to thank you, Saquib, to providing us this opportunity for talking about, especially about digital transformation and a digital tomorrow. Let me start with the phrase in a clear words. Any transformation needs to have a clear vision and a clear goal. And we as the leaders of as any organization has to define that goal. And if that goal is that we have to make the life of the people better, we have to make our business in a much smoother, agile way, and we have to do the cost savings, and we have to make the people enable for the new tomorrow, then everything connects together for any of the digital transformation journeys that we talk about. We have to make the life of the people better around us. We have to make sure that the businesses grow on a much better cost saving attitude, and also they should be working on the agility that any organization wants to transform the business. There is no best way, there is no best time, there is no such moment where you say that this is the moment in my regular business that I have to start this digital transformation journey. Digital transformation will always run in parallel to the ongoing business, and there is a very fine balance that any organization has to make that digital transformation journey successful. And that fine balance has to be defined by the people who are making these decision makings and by the people who are doing these projects in parallel as well. I have to tell you, digital transformation journey, software is the most easy part of that journey. And the most important part of that journey is about how we can make the balance about telling the people what is the best way to move forward. We need to explain to our team what is the benefits of this digital transformation journey for the people, for the business, and how they can best achieve the results that an individual is looking at and how that company is looking at. Change management is the key in any digital transformation journey. And as long as we understand that how we have to manage that change management, I can tell you, you can use any software, you can use any path, you can use any SI. But at the end of the day, it's more about how we explain to our people that what is the purpose and main goal we have to achieve, what is the path around that one, and what is the advantage that people will get out of that digital transformation journey. I can tell you today that every business is transforming. Every business has its own challenge when it is a domain and competition that it's working on. But there are a lot of challenges that are also coming up from the destructive way that this whole ecosystem is working. We all hear about the famous examples of Kodak and Nokia, that how they didn't accept the change that was coming in. They just followed the models that they were working on. They didn't go and embark on the digital transformation journeys, and gone were their names from the business history that we are talking about. And we can talk about the business journeys of Kareem, we can talk about the business journeys of Uber, we can talk about Airbnb, that all these businesses started their digital transformation journey from the time the smartphone started coming in our lives. And within the span of 14 years, how they have become the household names of our lives, because they have impacted the life of the people. They have made a change in everybody's life. They have given options to the people to make their life easy and make their life better. And above all, they are able to make a digital transformation, a transformation that is required for every business in Pakistan today. Take the example of 2020 today. The COVID started, and when the COVID started, the different organizations were at different stages of their digital transformation journeys. Somebody was doing it faster, somebody was doing it slower. But suddenly COVID hits us, and then every business has to run either from work from home, the customers needs to be engaged out there, the complete call centers has to be shifted from the big places and big rooms out over there to the respective homes of the respective clients over there. Everything started working and together, and then we were able to transform the business and run it from the places that we were working in. This is the agility that the business demands. Today we cannot predict the future, but we can definitely predict out over there that how I am going to define my digital transformation journey in my organization. We need to own it, and we need to make sure that how we are going to own it in that direction. Whenever we talk about a digital transformation journey, it has to start in any organization from different phases. Somebody wants to start on the HR front. Somebody wants to start on the procurement front. Somebody wants to start and make their plant much more digital to get the maximum output. All these are different stages, and depending on your business needs and your business requirements, any of these stages can be the right start for this digital transformation journey. As I mentioned, the most important thing is for your employee or your team to understand that how it is beneficial for them. Are not ready for change. People resist change because they have fears. Because they don't know what will happen to us after this digital transformation journey. Will their job will be available or not? Will be able to start something new, and they will be to learn something new? Will they not be exposed due to any history because they have not changed their way of working for a long time? All these fears needs to be managed whenever we are going and embarking on a digital transformation journey. We need to remember all the time that it's about making the life of the people better. It's about how the ecosystem can get better results out of the digital transformation that we are doing. It's about the people. It's about the people that we work around. It's about the people, how they can learn, unlearn, and learn something new. Gone were the days when the lives of the people were dependent on one job over the period of 30-35 years. The world is much more agile now, and they are changing on a very faster pace. And this digital tomorrow that we are looking at is much more important for us today than any other time. And the businesses that we run needs to be as agile as possible to make it a better future. Digital transformation journey wants the decision makers to make the right decisions. And how a decision maker can make a right decision is by having the right set of data at the right time. And that is what all digital transformation is about. We want to have the right set of data at the right time to make the right decision. And everybody of us is part of that digital transformation journey, because in every role in any organization, we want to make the right decision. And that right decision is only possible if we have this right input in front of them. Let me explain a little bit on the digital transformation journey, that how the digital boardrooms, how the AI, how the machine learning, how the analytics, they all are part of this digital transformation journey. And we all need to take best advantages of that one. Today, we can predict how a certain human can behave in a certain period of time, and we can predict its behavior to the 82% accuracy today. We can predict which are your basic roles, which are your basic preferences, what were your eating habits, how and what is like in the sports that you like about, and then we can give you offers based on these analytics and providing you exactly that engaging content that can make you much relevant, and you can make the choice out of these choices that you are looking at. We are trying to cut the garbage out of there in this digital transformation journey and provide you exactly the right set of data that you can make your decisions and choices about. The decision making is not only in the business. The decision making is required in our everyday life when we make decisions for us, for our families, for our future, and at the end of the day, also for our organizations. And that is the path this digital tomorrow is looking towards us. Just think about it. Referring to the example of COVID back again, how suddenly this COVID came in and all our business models got disruptive. This is one example. And this disruption is going to continue. And this discontinuation of this disruption means out there that we need to come up and be ready for any of such disruptions through this digital transformation journeys. Think about it. Banks are no more banks anymore. They are coffee shops where people would like to come over and do a certain transactions. Banks are changing their models completely. Think about it. The big empty car parking areas, because Uber is much more preferable to the people for picking and drop, because that make their life easy without any liability. The business models and the way of our working are totally changing, and they will keep on changing in the future as well. And these digital transformation journeys that we are looking at has to be combined together to make sure to get the best end results. In Pakistan, we started this digital transformation back in late 90s. And what happened over there? When we started this digital transformation journey, all the SI companies and the business owners, they came to the SI companies or IT companies and say, hey, listen, this is the way my workforce works. Can you make it digital so that my workforce doesn't need to change their way of working and they can continue in this way? The only thing is put them in some computer, make them digital, make them something on that one. And to be honest, this is the mistake that we did. This was not the digital transformation journey that we should have embarked upon, because we are the ones, we should tell them that what is the best KPIs, what are the best models all across the world that are working in that industry, which can help you doing in that digital transformation journey. And we realized it back in 2010, and we started going back to their business owners and business decision makers and said, no, you have to change the way of working that you are working today. Your factoryman has to change your way of working, because we are going to tell you that to get the maximum output, to get the better cost out there, and to get the best efficiency results, this is the best KPIs. These are the best learning methods that are working all across the world, and you need to change your method of working. And once we started doing that, we, the IT companies, were appreciated about that, because we were sharing the world knowledge of this digital transformation journey for the overall developed worlds, and we were trying to put it back in Pakistan to help the local companies to embark on their digital transformation journey. Let me tell you, with reference to SAP perspective, Engro is one of the key examples of the digital transformation journey embarking upon with a great future out there. K Electric is another example, which is going on all the new solutions of analytics and machine learning algorithms, just to make sure that how they can make the best results out and make their consumers in a much better way and serve them in a much better way. This is the complete journey in Pakistan, and we can start talking about in every department. And especially when we come in 2021, the health department becomes much more important. And we are working with hospitals, we are working for pharma companies at this point of time to embark on this digital transformation journey to help them dispatching the overall medicines to the right place at the right people to save the lives of the people. That's what the aim is, and that's what the aim we should always look at. We have a great asset, and our asset is human resource in Pakistan. And we need to find out how we can best utilize this human asset in the digital transformation journey. How we can train people out and make sure that they are able to give the best results for their respective companies. How they can learn, unlearn, and learn again, just to make sure that they are able to move around and get all the latest data, and they can use it and then move on to the next journey, so that they can help themselves individually, and how they can help overall the companies that they are working on. Our human resource needs to be managed in the best possible way. The people, the employees, are our key assets. And these assets are the one which are very important for every company. And we need to see how we make their growth plans, how we can make sure they train in the right direction. We need to make sure how we can retain out there. And this is the one important part of the human resource management that this digital transformation journey embarks upon. Procurement is another very important digital transformation journey path, where with all these globalization, we get different best prices for different products, and through our softwares, we are able to tell and give the best offers to our customers, so that they can save money, they can work on the new technologies, they can take the best advantage of the pricing that all the global players are offering to them, and most importantly, they have all the options available on the table. The customer experience is becoming much more important and much more relevant. Because at the end of the day, we have to serve our customers. And the way we can serve them is providing the best experience end to end. And today, all the solutions that are part of this digital transformation journey are focused around that how the end customer can have the best experience, which can help to make their decisions in a much faster way, and how they can much more them enabled in the different roles that they are doing today. The customer experience is the key for any direction. Digital supply chain, especially in the times of COVID, is becoming much more relevant in the digital transformation journey. We need to provide all the different solutions, food, overall medicine, and all the different for the people sitting at homes, and they need to be provided through different paths, through different apps, through different models there. And this digital transformation path is becoming much more relevant in the COVID times, that is helping people achieve their end result and making the life of the people better. That's the path we need to join. And that is the path that any digital transformation journey should embark upon. We need to learn from this path. And it's important for us to very well relate over there that how we can further enhance our set of capabilities. And that will guide us to the right direction. In the digital transformation journey today, there are also different options available. On-prem and cloud. This is a discussion that is open at every forum. Sometimes they say that the data is not that safe if the Pakistan data goes out open in any other country. And on the other side, the cloud has its own advantages that forward and which focuses the organizations to work on their core competence and let the IT on their respective SIs to help and manage their IT part of the business. On-prem options are always available, and they will always be available. But I think as the world is moving in that direction, cloud is becoming much more flexible and it is becoming much more requirement of every business as we are present. We can also talk about that, okay, this cloud data should be available in Pakistan or it should be not be outside Pakistan. This is one of the regulations that we are working right now in the government of Pakistan to see how we can regulate that front. But definitely cloud is a future, and in all the developed countries, that's the direction that is going on. When we especially talk about in Pakistan in the SME market, and especially if we go in that direction, it's very important to be part of the digital transformation journeys. Right now, all different organizations are providing these multiple solutions which can help them for 2 to 5 users or make them embark on the digital transformation path from the very start, which helps them in turning itself to a better future and which also helps the ecosystem to achieve the results that these small organizations are looking in. Entrepreneurship is something that clearly the Pakistan market is looking into. We have such a great talent of entrepreneurs and they are working on different solutions and embarking on the digital transformation journeys, and we need to make sure that we provide them that complete ecosystem that helps them in making the better future. Entrepreneurs are the future. They are the ones that are coming with ideas. We need to make sure that we provide them the platforms that can help enhancing their products that they are looking at. And Pakistan is a great success story about that one. We are the ones that need to understand the needs of this society. We are the ones who needs to see that how clean water is important, how the climate change is going to impact our businesses and our lives today. We need to be clearly see how overall this environment is going to impact the life of the people. And we need to come up with the solutions which can help to make the society run better. We are the Pakistanis over here. We are the ones who has to own our problems, and we are the ones who has to go and find the way through this digital transformation journey to solve these problems and make the life of the people better. That's the aim, that's the vision, that's the direction, and that is the future that we are looking at. I can tell you, I've been speaking on different forums. I've been working on different entrepreneurship people with their circles out over there, and I can tell you, we have great talents in the market. The only thing is just to navigate them, just to help them, just to guide them, just to provide them that complete environment that can help them enhance the solutions that this society requires. That's the future. Digital transformation is the path, and we, the enablers of the digital transformation, are going to help you to complete that journey of your individuals as well as your companies. Looking forward for your question answers now.